from the USA, Daraja Hill.
Let's go, Daraja!
She back.
Well, we're a few days out from the Bikini Olympia, which actually got moved to Orlando, Florida, which was great news for Daraja and myself because Daraja lives in Naples, about 2.5, 3 hours from Orlando, and I live in Tampa, about an hour from Orlando. So overall, we were really happy. And after being at the Amateur Olympia on Tuesday, I actually got to drive home, but came back, and this was the last competition of the year. It's kind of nice that the Bikini Olympia is the last competition of the year for me as a coach. And, Daraja and I had a wonderful journey to get to this point, which I'll explain a little bit more about coming up here in a minute. But for this, just wanted to give you guys an example of 2 days out, what we're doing. With peak week, my typical approach is that I keep water, I keep sodium very steady, I keep most things stable. The thing that's going up each day is the carbohydrates as we're really trying to fill out the muscles. I call that a linear load or a linear progressive load. I have videos on this if you want to look up more of the specifics. But what I'm looking for here is just that she's looking better every single day. And what typically starts to happen is the muscles look a little bit fuller, you sleep a little bit better, hormones are responding, the weight starts dropping, so it just responds very well. So what you'll get to see here is actually 2 days out, which is Thursday, and the next day, Friday, when carbs actually went up pretty significantly. And so, I'm just taking a look at it. We're going through the workouts. The goal here, not to get sore, just to get a light pump, keep all the nutrients going into the muscles. I don't want to be sore. And then we went into the posing room and did some posing. This gym, it was called Iron Religion. It was very close to the venue. So it was very nice to go here to work out because it gave us a lot of opportunity to look things over. They did not have a great setup for hip thrust, but we still managed to make something happen. And again, the goal here, we're not trying to hit PRs. We're literally just trying to get blood into the muscles, keep the nutrients going in there, fill out those muscles, see how we look so that we can make last minute adjustments based on how she's feeling and looking. And what was really cool is she actually hit a new low every single day going into the Olympia. So as food was going up, the weight was coming down, and we were super confident. And she found some interesting machines in this gym. She really liked this one. Daraja is a very good athlete. She was a tennis player before she got into bodybuilding, and she knows her body very well. She can, if you look at how she's contracting things, she's very good at mind-muscle connection and stuff like this. So whenever I see her train, I'm always paying attention to how she does things because she's very in tune with how she's performing. So again, the goal here, 2 days out from the Olympia, we had a lot of events planned on this day. She had the Meet the Olympians, she had her check-ins. It can be kind of hectic. And in a normal year, it probably would have been more hectic, but because the show had been moved to Orlando, a lot of the normal stuff wasn't happening. There was no giant expo to be a part of. So we got to just focus on hanging out together. She spent a lot of time in her room with her fiance and just relaxing. But the goal, again, get a pump, see where we're at, and then go enjoy the day. And we have a lot of festivities that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to take you on the entire journey of the Olympia weekend, which is really fun. I've done a lot of videos throughout the years, but this is the first time I've ever had a client compete in the Olympia, and I'm so happy it was Daraja. What a wonderful experience. So here's some of the fun that we had this week.
Hey guys, all done working out here with Daraja. Look who we ran into. Loralee Chapados.
Oh, I look like a meme.
A mime.
A mime.
A mime.
Sorry, no, it's
She's French-Canadian, so obviously, it's always a pleasure to run into Loralee. We see her everywhere we go.
Right, I'm always here. I love it.
This is your third Olympia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Third Olympia. She did finish second, so you're always a front runner. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Feeling good about this year?
Feeling really good about it.
Let me ask you this question, because this is a question that, I know it helped me and Daraja out. Having the show move back a few months. Now, I know you took a whole year off, basically, after the Olympia last year. You did one show, right?
Uh-huh.
I know way too much about bikini, but did you like that it was moved back to December, or would you have preferred September? Were you ready then?
I could have been ready. I think the difference is about like being good or great at this point, and I needed that improvement season. I needed that. So I healed for the most part. I would say like until January.
Yeah.
That's where I was kind of healed my lower back from the past injury in the Olympia, and then I started prep. I was able to actually like go back to regular training and what's not. So no, it's been the best thing for, I don't know, like a really good. I think for all of us also, like
I feel
kind of like
I'm so happy.
right.
Especially the girls that try to squeeze in the Arnold in March and then
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
a little off season and then you're back in prep. And she was struggling, so the break did her good.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
I think that's going to be a common theme with a lot of the girls.
Yeah.
I actually have fingers crossed that they keep it in December.
So that's what I heard from everybody.
Oh.
That everybody wants to keep it in December.
I've heard that from everyone.
Well, especially if they move the Arnold to June, which is the rumor I hear. Things are changing.
Yeah, and then bring back the Arnold in March maybe, so we have it closer. I don't know. Like I can see that in my head.
December, March.
Kind of like December, you have the holidays, and then you can jump right in for that the Arnold.
And then be done for a little bit.
All right, well, we're going to get a ton of footage. I'm going to squeeze the juice out of this weekend. We'll see you at the athlete kind of meet and greet. I went last year for the first time just because I had a feeling that I'd be coming back with an athlete. So we'll see you guys there. Bye, guys.
Yes.
Bye. All right, guys, here we are. We are headed to the athlete check-ins at the Hyatt Regency for the freaking Olympia. Are you kidding me?
I'm hyped.
So there's something special about athlete check-ins at the Olympia that's like no other show, and that is the Olympia tracksuit.
Oh yeah, baby.
So I've heard some girls say they're never going to take it off once they get it. So we'll see.
I'm not taking it off ever.
So if you see Daraja in the future, she might just be wearing a tracksuit that says Olympia on it. So yeah, we're soaking it all in. Good training session. Her check-in's at 4. Then we've got Meet the Olympians, where every single Olympian athlete is going to be in a giant room. And if you got the package, the VIP package, you can get in there early and meet everybody. And then it's open to the public for free at 8 p.m. So just, you know, amazing experience. Oddly enough, last year, I decided for the first time ever to go to the Meet the Olympians because I just wanted to see what it was like. And then like 2 weeks later, Daraja wins a show and becomes an Olympian. So now, it's come full circle. So, I'll get some footage, don't you worry, guys. Oh my God, you're famous.
Hi, Sandy.
How are you?
So good. Good, everybody's all done.
Alright guys, so this is the athletes meeting check-in. Now obviously you see everybody spaced out like nobody's business, but in a typical year it wouldn't have been spaced out like this. Obviously this is because of the situation, but we're just so thankful that they even had this event. Thank goodness for Florida, which was able to support so many events this year, and this was in the Orlando area at the Hyatt Regency at the convention center. And so what you have here is, I think there was 44 qualified Olympians. I think 40 of them showed up to compete. And so each one, they checked in alphabetical order. They get things like their number, they get their track suit, they had to sign some posters. So this is kind of the cool thing about being an Olympian, you know, like a typical show. And, you know, if you know the path to becoming a pro, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and the path to becoming an Olympian, if you go do a regular amateur show, when you go to check-ins, you just go and you just fill out some information. They make sure you're there, and then you go start the show. So as you work your way up, you know, at national shows and at pro shows, the check-ins become a little bit different. At pro shows, they actually take your picture for the NPC News Online website, and they call your name, and it's a little bit more of an ordeal. Well, here you have the elite. This is it. This is the most badass check-in that you can have. So I really just wanted to be here to take it all in and document a little bit of it. Obviously, it's Daraja's first Olympia, not her last by any means. And then certainly it's mine as a coach, being here to experience this part of it. I've never seen this stuff. So I made sure to purchase like a VIP package, and, you know, I just wanted to take it all in. So here they are signing the posters. I don't know what happens to those posters. I don't know if they sell them, they put them online, if they're for, you know, whoever they're for, but they go through the line here. And then, you know, they had some other things to do. They had some press and some media. Some of the girls got some interviews. And so they had all of us that were there as the supporters and just kind of hanging out against the wall. But it was cool because, you know, these are people in the promoters and judges that I see year round at events that we get to talk to. And then the girls are the same girls that you see week in and week out. So when I'm traveling and going to these shows, you know, a lot of them are awesome, just fun people to be around. You get to know them, you get to know their coaches. So, you know, this becomes our social circle in a way. This is kind of the pinnacle of the sport. And for me, it was just a complete honor to be here, to get to witness this, to be a part of it. You know, in my mind, I knew that there's J.M. Mannion with the backward cap on. He is the photographer for NPC News Online, and he's trying to organize the women. And I got to tell you, it was very loud in this room. Everyone was talking. So it was hard for him to get people organized, especially 40 bikini girls who don't all speak English as a first language. This is a very international show. So yeah, it's always, it's just fun to be around this group of people. I'll say this about the pro bikini division. They support each other. It's not, you know, you won't typically find very many competitors that are kind of catty. They're all kind of supporting each other and helping each other out and rooting for each other. And, you know, ultimately it doesn't come down to them. It comes down to what the judges want, how their prep went, and all those things. So it's just a very friendly atmosphere, chatting with people, getting to see them week after week. So, you know, this is the stuff that I really enjoy. So I wanted to document this for both for myself and for Daraja. You know, she's made a bunch of friends throughout the years in this sport. I mean, there she's talking to Maya, and Maya is somebody who I've been to probably at least 10 of her pro shows, you know, because she's been competing around the same time as Daraja. And, you know, there she is, number 18.
Beautiful, outstanding, strong.
Hey, girl, hey.
So we're stealing that.
Oh, absolutely. We can send that home.
That's the next goal.
All right, guys, so here we are actually one day out. So exact same workout, exact same plan. The goal is just to see. And if you look right away, I can tell just from editing this video from a few minutes ago, and I remember this in person, she was fuller. She had a little bit more separation in her muscles, a little bit more detail, and she actually hit an all-time prep low this morning. The day before the Olympia, she hit an all-time prep low. And I believe we bumped her carbs up pretty good. So I think on the Friday before the show, she was up to 220 carb. And we don't do any kind of cutting water, so we keep water very stable. Sodium goes up slightly just to help facilitate the digestion and movement of and shuttling of carbs into the muscles. So it's most things are all stable, but you can tell, like, she's feeling herself. She's like, I see some shapes, I see some stuff. So this just gave me more confidence, you know. And this was actually our third show in about a month, and she did the Atlantic Cup show and took second, although she did get a bunch of first place votes at that show. And then she did the Arizona Pro and took third behind two Olympians. So she had already done a couple shows, gotten some good feedback, so we knew what we needed to do to come in and look her best on stage at the Olympia. And that's the exciting thing is when you do a couple shows, when the body starts to respond, because with each show, we're bringing food up and we're dropping cardio down, and then we make the next little push. And every time we did that, she got better and better and better. And this was, you know, going into the Olympia, this was going to be her best look of the year, and that's exactly what we wanted. And after the Arnold, which was in March, where she had gotten on stage around 118 pounds, and they told her that she was too muscular, well, we came down more than 4 pounds. So she had brought down her muscle. We had to atrophy a little bit of her shoulders. But as you can see, it's not like they went away. They just grew very quickly. Daraja puts on muscle very rapidly. So we had to kind of streamline her physique back down. We were leaner. We were more in balance. And so I was really excited about the prospects of, you know, getting on stage at the Olympia. And, you know, when there's 40 girls at a show, you know, that's going to be 7 call-outs, right? 6 or 7 call-outs. So I knew that they only placed the top 16 at this show. So it was very important that I felt we got in the mix. I felt she could definitely be in the top 10. So, you know, I was really happy to see her coming in at her best, because you don't want to get on stage at the biggest show of your life and not feel like you are at your best. You know, win or lose, you want to be your best. And so, you know, we're just here doing some last minute stuff. And we did go to the posing room and worked in there a little bit. I didn't get footage of that, but, you know, if you guys want to see footage of Daraja posing, I have her stage routine, which is basically what we do. That's coming up here when she gets on stage for prejudging. And that's it. That's it, guys. So let's go check out Daraja's tan.
All right, guys, a little after 6 in the morning here in Orlando as we, today is the day. Prejudging starts around 9 a.m. So she's getting her final coat of tan, and then she'll dry. We'll do our final check-in. So over here they have the tanning rooms, and look who just joined us. Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Happy Olympia Day.
Happy Olympia. I feel like it's Christmas.
It does feel like Christmas.
Doesn't it?
And then we got Christmas in a week.
Especially with the way you woke up. I mean, that's a present in itself.
Yeah, so we'll leave that for the video. Okay, bye.
You can even blend it with your sponge.
Oh, and then you bake over it.
Oh, did you bake yet?
Is that what you were saying?
How about?
So you're baking a cake today.
Are you? I don't want you to copy.
All right, guys, well, that's it. Prep is over. Olympia is underway. So last night was a lot of the prejudging for like figure and finals and all that stuff. But today is bikini, obviously, because the queen is over there. Keith is in the way. There, get out of the way, Keith. Let me see. So we're gonna walk over to the show now. Classic physique is first, then men's physique, then bikini. I'm thinking 11:30. So yeah, long road, but here we go.
The title of 2019 NPC Tampa overall bikini champ is number 140, Daraja Hill.
Your 2019 NPC Bikini North American Champion, number 243, Daraja Hill.
And your 2019 IFBB Hurricane Pro Bikini Champion and that 2020 IFBB Olympia qualification is Daraja Hill.
To our Pro Bikini champ. Here it is. Competitor number 6, Daraja Hill.
Good job, Daraja! The prodigy.
Oh my God. Oh, it wasn't just you.
No.
Oh, look at that. I timed it perfect.
Thank you, ladies. Seats left, please. Ricky will take you off the stage. From the USA, Daraja Hill.
Let's go, Daraja! Yes!
Let's go, Daraja!
Jay!
All right.
From South Korea, Hi Kong.
37-6-6, Lorelei and Angelica switch. That was do a 180, face that back wall.
They're not moving Issa in.
Walk halfway back and hold it when you get there.
Let's go, baby! We got this, baby!
Face forward and walk it back.
Look out!
34, Alexandria. Seven, Sarah. Eight, Atisha.
Yeah, Daraja!
Let's do 180, face that back wall. And face forward. Alexandria, 34 and 7 switch, you're right next to each other. Let's do 180, face that back wall. Walk halfway back and hold it when you get there. Face forward and walk it back. Shake that. Shake that. Shake that. Okay, ladies, you take a step back to either side.
Yeah! Look who it is!
It was amazing.
All right, guys, that's a wrap on pre-judging. Round 1 is done.
Yeah.
And so I think it was pretty interesting.
Lots of surprises.
Lots of surprises, including the fact that the champ might not even finish in the top 5.
Yeah.
It did not like Issa. I kept saying she looked really big to me, but not only that, she wasn't as conditioned as she normally is.
She was a little softer, I noticed backstage.
But also, she put on some muscle. it felt like.
Yeah, I think she just grew a little, which
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So, but then we were waiting for here number 18 called.
I know. I was like, call it, call it, call it.
Yeah. You know, the third call out is where we landed, which puts us in the top 15 because you held center.
Yep.
They never moved you. They moved the other girl around. So
It's looking like 13,
top 15.
hopefully.
was it 13?
Because it's 12. It's 6, 12, and then 13.
Is it 7 or 6 in the second call out?
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't record that. So okay, so top 15, but maybe in the 13, 14 range.
We'll find out tonight.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Like, you know, I saw some girls after you that I was like, wow, she beat Gabby, she beat Casey. I mean, you beat some names and some people, some champions this year. So
looks like, speaking of champions, looks like Janet might be.
Janet is winning the Olympia. I'm calling that now. Like it was a done deal the second she walked out. She just looked on today. Shoulders were full, glutes were full.
She's feeling it.
And I'll be honest, I don't think any of the other typical top 5 were on. Laura Lee looked really flat up top, a little bit soft in the bottom. I thought Jennifer was.
You can say that. I can't say that.
No, I'm just as opinion watching. You know, like Laura Lee's shape is so good, but I felt the balance wasn't there, upper and lower.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the balance wasn't there. Her lower body a little bit bigger than the upper. Jennifer, flawless balance, and I think that's why she's ending up in that top 2 or 3.
Then Attila's always
Attila, which I can't believe Sandy doesn't know how to say her name.
You can't even say it.
Attila. Okay. And Angelica was holding center, and then they moved her out to the 3, then the 4, then the 3. So
I was actually standing there on the side, like.
yeah. It was interesting. The fact that they never moved Issa.
Yeah, they just
from the
kept
end
her in that
means
6.
she's probably 6, although she is the champ, so maybe she's 5, and that means Laura Lee's 6. So either way.
You can honestly.
It's interesting.
You can never have expectations.
Oh gosh.
Especially at this level.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we are the best we've ever looked.
Yeah.
And you know, after not hearing my name in first call out, second call out, I was like, you know what? I'm still proud. But I know I want to work on some things.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot we got to do because we got to get qualified for the next Olympia. So
that's right. We're
gonna start the planning as soon as finals is over.
Oh, I started planning already. It's already up here.
Uh-oh. She'll tell me later. All right, so more to come, guys.
Okay. Try to take some pictures. I'm gonna go sit down, Coach. Enjoy.
Me too. Yes.